5 seconds to go. Start. Friends, this pandemic is not only the biggest crisis of the last 100 years, but it has engulfed the population of billions of the world, the entire human race, on many fronts. And that is creating one of the biggest challenges we have experienced in the past, that when such a big crisis hit the country earlier, then all the systems of the country used to fall to pieces. People's faith was also shaken. But today, India and its every citizen is fighting this pandemic with full force, be it the infrastructure related to medical services, the world's largest free vaccination campaign, or the biggest campaign to save Indians from starvation. India is taking forward this program worth lakhs of crores of rupees with success. India has not let the huge number of job creators and even big mega infrastructure projects halt in the midst of this pandemic crisis. I am happy that the people of UP worked shoulder to shoulder to increase the potential of the country. The pace at which projects like highways, expressways, and dedicated freight corridors and defense corridors are progressing in UP is a living example of that. Friends, despite such a crisis, we are trying to control the prices of food items ranging from ration to other food items which have created a storm all over the world. In such a situation, we know that even small floods can lead to an increase in the prices of milk and vegetables. A slight disruption can lead to a surge in inflation. We also have a huge challenge before us, but I assure my poor middle class brothers and sisters that we are trying our best so that we can keep this under control, and this is also going to be possible with the cooperation of all of you. Even during the corona period, farming and allied activities were not stopped, but they were continued with full caution. Proper arrangements were made to ensure that farmers do not face problems while accessing seeds and fertilizers and selling their produce. As a result, our farmers made a record production, and the government also established new records in purchasing their produce at MSP. And our Yogi Ji's government has made new records every year in procurement of food grains on MSP in the last 4 years. The number of farmers benefited from MSP doubled in the purchase of wheat and paddy as compared to last year. More than 13 lakh farmer families of UP have got about 24,000 crore rupees of their produce directly in their bank accounts. Friends, the double engine government of the center and Uttar Pradesh is making continuous efforts for the convenience and empowerment of the common people. The campaign to provide facilities to the poor did not slow down despite the corona pandemic. So far, more than 17 lakh rural and urban poor families have been sanctioned their Pakka houses in UP. Lakhs of poor families have got toilet facilities at home. About 1.5 crore poor families have been given free gas connections under Ujjwala, and electricity connections to lakhs of families. The mission of providing water to every household is also progressing at a rapid pace in UP. Piped water has been supplied to 27 lakh rural households in UP within the last 2 years. Brothers and sisters, the double engine government has ensured that the schemes made for the poor, downtrodden, backward, and tribal communities are implemented expeditiously. PM Swanidhi Yojana is also a great example of this. In the circumstances created by the corona, the street vendors have been linked with the banks to put their livelihood on track. In a very short time, the process of giving benefits to about 10 lakh friends in UP has started under this scheme. Friends, you will recall what has been the identity of Uttar Pradesh in the past decades and what was mentioned about Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has always been seen through the prism of politics. That UP can play a leading role in the development of the country was not even discussed. Many people have come and gone who dreamed that the way to the throne of Delhi passes through UP, but they never remembered that the way to India's prosperity also passes through UP. These people restricted Uttar Pradesh as the center of politics only. Some people used UP only for dynasty, for their family or political interests. Due to the narrow politics of these people, such a large state of India was not linked with the economic development of India. Yes, some people did become rich, some families definitely progressed. These people did not enrich UP but themselves. I am happy that today Uttar Pradesh has come out of the vicious circle of such people and is marching ahead. The double engine government has changed the way we look at UP's potential from a narrower perspective. The confidence that UP can become the powerhouse of India's growth engine has been developed in the past years. For the first time in the history of UP, the dreams of ordinary youth are being talked about. For the first time in the history of UP, an atmosphere of fear has become apparent among the criminals. For the first time in the history of UP, there is fear in the minds of those who persecute the poor, intimidate the weaker sections, and illegal occupiers. Stop.